Hello everybody, welcome or welcome back. My name is Monique and welcome to Medora Budgets. I'd like to thank anybody who's liked or commented on any of my videos, and especially those that have chosen to subscribe to my channel. Truly started this as a way to hold myself accountable, but I understand, recognize, and appreciate the community as a whole. So if you are rocking with me on this journey, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you haven't made up your mind yet, sit with me for a spell. At the end of this video, if it's content you find valuable or enjoyable, please feel free to subscribe. It's myself and Sweets, married with a whole bunch of kids, trying to figure out our future, family, and finances, so the decisions we're making now won't negatively impact us in the future. Today is something. It's a Saturday though, so it's the Saturday before you see this video is all I can tell you. So I'm going to go quickly over our sinking funds update for the month end of November, as well as the my debt update also. Okay, so we'll start with the sinking funds because that's the easiest to go through. I have them all documented here. I have basically 6 in each binder that I have, and I now have 3 binders, soon to be 4, because I have another one coming specifically for Little Bean. But at the end of the day, I've documented what I started all of my balances, all of my sinking funds with, and honest to goodness, should have added all of these numbers together so that I would have been able to tell you what the 1160 starting balance was. Now, I spent a lot of money. If you didn't already know, I spent a lot of money over the last several weeks just in preparation of Little Bean getting here. But I don't think I did that right. I think it says $1,327. No, it says $13,278. No, I did not do that right. Okay, 60, 138, 52, 25, 1160, and 770. So for high priority sinking funds, my total was 2,205 that I started the month of November with. 83, 25, 36, 318, 70, and 300. 832 was in my low priority, and 50, 30, 40, 20, 10, 10, 160 was in my emergency prep. There you go. So those were my starting balances. So it's 160 plus 832 plus 2205 equals, I was close, 3,000. I was off by a number, $197. And then I'm just going to give you my total. So over here you have my plus, how much I've been able to add to these particular sinking funds, and then how much I had to spend out. You'll notice very easily or very quickly that the majority of the money went from the buffer account, $788. So I deposited $456 in, $788 out. So that left me with $828. And so that took the biggest hit, but I am trying to recover and putting more money towards that for the month of December as far as my sinking funds are concerned. I'm not going to calculate how much I gave yet or how much I spent, but I do want to do my ending balances over here because I still think that that tells the tale. So 223, 265, 828, and 800. I have $2,324 in there. Let's see, 48. And that number is higher because I think of subscriptions. Subscriptions I've started to give a little bit more towards. I also changed where I'm adding my home warranty, ring, and property insurance in with that particular one as a subscription. If I'm kind of treating it, no, I take back property insurance. So it was just some additional subscriptions are the ring, the home warranty, and Disney, I think it was the other one as well. So this one's $488. So I think that's where we saw the difference here. So I saw a big increase in subscriptions here. I also saw a pretty good amount go into buffer, but again, I spent a lot of that out. All right, so 23, 24 there, 488 there. Down here I have 59, 36, 57, 31, 19, and 32. $234. So plus 488 and plus 23.24. It's $3,046. So actually not too bad. Starting balance, you guys might not have been able to see any of that. Starting balance 3,197, ending balance 3,046. There you go. So these are the way the numbers are proving out to be as far as my sinking funds overview is concerned. I don't go piece by piece. I just try to look at it from a general standpoint. And you've got for each category how much, or section, I have how much I was able to start with and how much I ended with. If you notice, although buffer took a big hit, overall, I was able to contribute more to my high priority sinking funds. For my low priority sinking funds, they definitely took a hit. Probably gifts, yeah, more than anything, and Little Bean, of course, and that would make sense. So that's where I lost most of that money. And then I will just steadily increasing in these emergency prep binder. I'm not having to use any of that money just yet. All right. Next, we will talk about the debt. All right, so here's what I've got so far. First one is Best Buy. So for Best Buy, starting balance $709.83 is a 0% interest for the first 12 months. The minimum payment is $39, but I tend to pay $50 on November the 30th, or by the end of this month. I paid $59.83, so that left me with a balance of $600, and we're not charging any interest. And this idea came from Cash Bear Mama, where she said, you know, I was talking about the fact that, you know, I needed space within a sheet where I could document notes or different things that has happened, especially interest that's added to any particular debt that I have. Also, if I've made any credits, meaning I've actually spent more money on a card, etc., have a way to document that. So I found this sheet and it had the notes section there, and she said, hey, why don't you divvy it up into 3 different columns? And I thought that was a great idea. So that is what I did. So I didn't spend any more money on this, no interest charge, and no notes that we need to worry about. All right, for Kohl's, starting balance was $1175.88, 31% interest. It's due on the 19th. Minimum payment is around $39. I tend to pay $50. So on November the 30th, at close of this statement, I had paid $50 on that particular card. Left me a balance of $1121.50, and that includes $27.12 interest added back on. So I paid $50. They charged me $27 in interest, and that's why my balance is $1121.50 at this point. Okay. The next one is Rooms to Go. 0% interest on this one. Started out at $54.15.72. Now, when I say start, I mean just in October is when I started to track all of this. So just 2 months. Minimum payment is $91.81, but I tend to pay $100, which is what I did. So the close of this particular statement, my ending balance showed $5,215.72 after making a $100 payment, no interest charged. All right. AC Unit Green Sky. Starting balance as of October, $53.2804 is 9.99% interest. My minimum payment is $89.75, and that's exactly what I paid. So at the close of this particular month, I had registered a payment of $89.75, which brought my balance down to $5,234.94. They did apply $43.70 interest to that, and that's why that balance is what it is. Okay. Student loan A and B for Nelnet. So for these, where I messed up, and I'm just messing up, I messed up in documentation. So these two in particular are due on the 4th or 5th of every month, the 4th of every month, if I'm not mistaken. And then they send out a new balance or statement on the 12th or the 13th. So when I talked to you guys the last time, I think I registered this and I think we talked about it, but I can't be sure. So I'll go ahead and cover it now. But for these, I will update them every time a new statement comes out. Like I said, it comes out around the 11th, somewhere between the 11th and 13th, depending on how many days are in that particular statement cycle. So the statement that I received on 11/12, it shows that I paid $21.58 towards this. Now remember, I've moved this one to a split bill payment. So instead of paying $81.55 for both of the Nelnet student AA and AB, I now pay $45 every time I get paid. Okay, and so that's why I think that this is showing up a little bit more. So it shows the amount that I paid, $21.58. It leaves my balance at $2,814.60. They did apply $15.79 interest. My interest rate, it's variable. So for this particular statement cycle, it was 6.84%. Notice when I started on the one in October, it was 6.59%. So it is variable. All right. For student AB, on the statement that I received November the 12th, I paid $60.89. My balance is $8,488.52. That's after they applied $43.96 of interest. And my interest rate on this one is 6.31% for this statement. When I initially started in October tracking, it was 6.06%. So again, it is variable. Carvana is next. Now, this one is a little interesting to me. And if you guys have any ideas on why this shows the way that it does, please feel free to share with me. So I've been making split bill payments for Carvana as well for a while. With that said, I go in and I can't see an actual statement, but I do show every time I make a payment, they show me how much is applied to interest versus how much is applied to principal. And this is where I get a little confused. So at the end of October, I had a total of $510 that I paid. That was 2 payments, split bill of $255 each. My new balance was $23,632.72. They applied $153.40 of interest, and basically it was almost half. Right, so the first one was like 70 something dollars, 79 might have been 78. Let's see, 153.40 divided by 2, so $76.70 each time. So for the month of November, got paid 3 times, made 3 payments. They are a little hodgepodge. So I paid on November the 1st, I paid $255. It brought my balance down to $23,453.57, but there was a $75.85 interest applied to that one. I made another payment of $100. I did not write down what that left me with as far as my balance was concerned, but I can go on there and see when I made that $100 payment, they applied $75.27 towards interest. And then on, it says the 30th, but it was actually on November the 29th, I made a payment of $300. That's showing now that my principal balance remaining is $23,204.03, but it applied $75.19 interest. So these interest amounts is a little worrisome because I don't understand why I'm paying more now. I know I paid more, and maybe that's it. I paid more this month towards my auto payment. Instead of doing $510, I actually ended up paying $655. Maybe that's why so much interest is applied, but it's freaking me out. So I got to figure this part out. And if anybody understands this a little bit better, it's my understanding this is a simple interest loan. And so I'm just not sure why there's so much, especially this one. I paid $100 as a payment, but $75 out of that went towards interest. I just don't get it. These two, maybe, but this one, I don't. So I need some help. If anybody knows or understands, please feel free to share. But that's where we are right now with Carvana, 8% interest rate. And typically I want to pay a month $503. And like I said, for the month of November, I paid a little bit more. All right, so for City. So City is the one that I'm tackling the most, and this is the one that you see on my Transfer Tuesday. It's a 0% balance transfer for the majority of the purchases that are on there, but I did have a $4,000 loan, flex loan that I took out, and that was 14.9% interest. That was to cover the cost of getting my water line repaired. And so with that said, I've made multiple payments, as you can see, over the month of November. Here, they're all documented here. Now, I can tell you here, 11/28 is where the statement closes. So the payment that I just made yesterday on the 29th doesn't register in the previous statement because I'd had a new statement already sent out by then. And so it is kind of leading into the December information, but it met my requirement as far as my goal is concerned of paying $500 in the month of November. But on 11/28, you'll notice here my balance was $8,239.81, up from $81.90 the week before, and that's because they did apply $49.81 of interest. Now, because I needed to make, when you add all of these numbers together, I needed to make at least a $66 payment to hit my $500 mark. I did a $70 payment for that, plus another $50 as well, which covered the cost of the interest, just to make sure that that's not additional money that ended up getting applied again. So with that said, I definitely went over the amount that I expected. So for the month of November, 40, 80, 40, 203, 16 plus 50, 60, 120. So I paid $553.16 in the month of November towards the city card, and that left me at a balance at the end of the month of $8,119.81. I am tracking over here on one of the Budget Mom's freebies that she has in her free resources on her website. I am tracking the debt payoff on this one just to stay a little bit motivated. So I started out with $8,700 worth of total debt on this card in October. I currently have 811981 equals. So I've paid off $580.02. When you divide that by $87, which is how much it is for each of these stars, based on the fact that there's 100 stars here, that equals 6.6 stars could be colored in. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.5 stars. There you go. All right, so that is it for my debt update. Now I am going to go through and add all of these numbers together. All right, so we are at 600. Should have done this. I should have been keeping a running tally. 1121, 50. Ah, 5215, 72. Let's make sure I don't skip anything. Oh, sorry. 5, 2, 3, 4, 9, 4. This is 2814, 60. This is 8488, 52. Carvana should be next. Plus 23,204.03 plus 8119.81 equals. All right, and I have a little sheet somewhere. Where is my little sheet? Did y'all see it anywhere? Well, I don't see it right now, but I know I have a little sheet that I've been documenting where I am as far as my debt is concerned. Y'all, where did I put my sheet? Best laid plans. Oh well. All right, my plan was to show you guys what that looked like as far as my previous numbers are concerned. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. All right, remember this card that I took out because I felt like it was the lines were gonna look a little wonky on the video. Bam, there it is. All right, so here's my number. So as of 11/30, my number is 54,799.12 cents. So there you go. So the end of September, I was at $53,059.02. The end of October, or November the 1st, I was at $55,982.64. And now at the end of November, I'm at $54,799.12 minus 55,982.64 equals, I contributed $1,183.52 towards my debt. All right, there you go. I am good now. All right, thanks everybody for your time. You guys have a good one.